Folks, we are not live. I am pre-recording this for editing purposes, but hey, we got a red dot. Welcome back to Akron and Northeast Ohio's hottest and fastest growing show, 3:30 to go. And I am here live, and we are right in downtown Akron, and you would never guess where when you see the inside of this facility and just the amazing things that are taking place here, all right? So right now I'm going to say hi to Zach and to Ryan. Guys, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
All right, so this is how we met. Just by sheer coincidence, you had a big fire behind your facility, and I was there recording it on Valentine's Day, and we were looking down from the balcony, and we could see your building in the forefront, but we're focused on the fire, right? But everybody kept asking, well, what did they do there? What did they do there? And then you had a chance to reach out to me, and you said, hey, let me show you what we do here, all right? So we are inside a building right now that houses two separate companies. I'm going to make sure I say them correctly. It's Gearstar Performance Transmissions, okay, and then also Yank.
Yank Performance Converters.
Yank and Performance Converters. So right now, first question is, the two of you go in and introduce yourselves and kind of give us your little 330 story.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Ryan. I'm Ryan. I'm a sales manager. I've been here for coming up on 3 years, and super excited. I've always been in the aftermarket automotive industry, and it's very exciting to be a part of a fast-growing, high-performance, specialized transmission market.
Okay, and Zach?
I'm Zach Farah. I'm a North Hill kid. I'm second generation in manufacturing automatic transmissions. But I started Gearstar in September 13th of 2001. Because it's always been my passion. I'm a hot rodder, always had hot rods, and I wanted to build custom automatic transmissions and converters for street rods, hot rods, classics, and collectibles.
Now the running joke across our network is people always make fun of us that we don't know anything about cars. All right. So what I know about transmissions is that they're responsible for going from first to fifth or sixth gear or whatever as the vehicle's going faster, right? And then you got automatics, and then you got standard shift, right? So that's as far as my knowledge goes. So right now we are here to get educated. All right. So talk us through the process. Tell us about the history of Gearstar and how we are here where we're at today.
So Gearstar, as I mentioned, started in 2001. I was an owner in TriStar International, which was a company in Talmadge, Ohio, and it was we were manufacturing OE transmissions and converters. Gearstar is the exact opposite. We custom build horsepower transferring systems, and we build them to specs.
So we are going from zero to completed product right here in this shop.
100%.
All right. So why don't you walk us through? Show us how does the process even start? So what's the first thing that happens? All right. So what do we get? Steel that comes in the door, or how's that work?
We get generally cores, which are older transmissions for certain units, and we get brand new cases and internal parts for half of the units that we build here. Okay. So basically we can build a GM 4-speed automatic transmission without using a single GM part, because they're all specialized units.
All right, so why don't you take us first and show us the units that come in and where the teardown takes place.
Okay.
Let's take a walk.
Go.
We'll pass the good stuff on the way there.
Yeah.
All right.
So we keep generally between 600 and 1,000 of these in stock.
Okay.
This is the raw material. These are what we call the cores in the industry.
Okay.
The cores come in, and we have a gentleman here by the name of James. I call him 004 because he's here 4 days a week.
Okay.
But he does an awesome job. And he will disassemble the unit and inspect the parts. We throw away the bad parts, and we stack the good parts onto the side.
So these are parts that we're looking at right here?
Yes, and we call them hard parts in our industry.
Okay.
Then from there, they get wash. This is Mr. Brandon, superstar. Does an awesome job for us.
Okay.
He will wash the parts, degrease them, and stack them for the builders.
Okay.
And the builders on the second level can come in and get their parts, and they have the final say-so on what they're going to use and what they're not going to use.
Okay.
And this is Mr. Devin here. Any parts that need machining, he will machine. He's an expert machinist and get it ready for the builder.
Okay.
This is all internal.
Okay.
Inside the transmission.
Okay.
The cases are washed in what we call it's a Mark Tornado washer. It's a very high pressure washer. From there they get media blasted. Then they get washed again and painted and inspected.
So these, where are these ones right here in that process?
These have all been blasted,
Okay.
waiting for inspection.
Okay.
And then after they've been inspected, then we'll repaint the cases in-house.
Got it.
So we've got a paint booth here that all of our cases and converters go through once they've been inspected or the converters built. They're all painted here, and then they're sent up to our builders.
Okay. And then talk to me about this.
This is our clean burn oil burning furnace. We burn every drop of used motor oil, transmission fluid that we generate.
So, and that provides heat for the building as well.
The building is 72 degrees year round, summer or winter.
Okay.
This is actually the first air conditioned shop I've ever worked at in my life.
Okay. So these parts are ready to be put into, are these ready to go?
Correct. And these are all hard parts that if the builders are going through and they need a part, then we're able to come off the shelf and pull one of these parts for to complete one of the buildings.
Okay.
Our mezzanine holds a stock of parts.
Okay.
We have the ability to build 400 transmissions without needing anything here.
Okay.
Now these are our expert builders here. Mr. Doug over there is final prepping his case. Because he has certain standards that he wants to build. Each builder will build a specific type of unit. Doug builds 700 R4s, Chevy 350s, Chevy 400s, Power Glides, all the hydraulic units.
Okay.
Over here would have been Mr. Jason. He is from Sunbury, Ohio. He is a Ford tech. He worked at a Ford dealership for 17 years and he relocated to Gearstar 2 years ago. He builds the latest model Ford electronic transmissions, 4 speeds, 6 speeds, and 10 speeds.
Okay.
Meet Mr. Larry. He is our expert master builder who has, I don't know, 120 years experience in automatic transmissions. But he oversees all the builders and there is not a transmission that Larry is not an expert on. He forgot more about automatic transmissions than most people will learn. This is Mr. Doug. Doug and I go back to the TriStar days. We've known each other over 40 years.
So Doug, give me an idea. You were just flipping that around. How heavy are those?
About 25 pounds.
Okay.
Empty.
Okay. All right. So not terrible.
No.
Okay.
Not these. This is Mr. Dave. Dave came to us from a GM dealer, and he has over 30 years experience in late model General Motors transmissions. He builds all the GM electronic units.
Okay. And what do we got going on over here?
This is a dynamometer. This will every transmission and converter that we build at Gearstar is dyno tested the equivalent of 100 miles. So this will test all the hydraulic units, 2 speeds, 3 speeds, and 4 speeds.
Okay.
The electronic transmissions, the 4 speeds and 6 speeds, are tested on an XC line, 30 horsepower electric motor, and this will simulate the transmission being in a car. It will run it through an entire automatic program, and we'll put 100 units on every unit before it goes out the door.
Okay. And then this is a bigger unit over
This
here?
is our new Lamborghini. It was custom ordered from XC line. This will test all the 8 speeds and 10 speed electronic transmissions.
Okay.
It will also test 4 speeds transmissions.
Okay.
From here, I'm going to let Ryan take you in the process how it works.
All right.
So with the
with builders, each guy, like Zach was saying, specializes in a couple types of transmissions. Each transmission that's built is built by one person from start to finish. So as you saw from Doug, he's doing the final prep of the case. He'll do the entire assembly, all the top body recalibration, and also be a part of the dyno testing. So where we differ from big companies or anything else, one guy is with the transmission from start to finish, which allows us to have extremely high quality and tight tolerances in all of our builds. Another thing that is very personable to any transmission, not only is it dyno tested, but each transmission is stamped with a serial number as well as the builder's initials on the transmission itself. So after the transmission is built, then it goes on to one of these racks, and it's waiting for our torque converters or waiting for dyno time as well.
Yeah, so from a quality control standpoint, you got one person that's completely responsible for that specific rig, and on top of that, they take a lot of pride in that too.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
yeah, that's...
It doesn't matter if who we're building it for. Our goal is to have the best transmission if it's for our personal car or family or any customer anywhere in the world, which is very important to us.
Okay, okay. So what am I looking at right here? Are these finished products right here?
These are done transmissions that are waiting for, like I said, the torque converter to get finished up, or for the dyno to clear up so they can get on the dyno and get tested.
Okay.
These are mostly blueprint engines, units.
Okay.
We're a custom builder. We build for blueprint engines. We do all their transmissions. We build for a lot of speed shops around the country.
And were you going to run one of those? Were we good?
Yeah, Jake is working on getting the.
We'll check it out.
Right now.
We'll check that out in a minute. Then let's go look at the.
Absolutely.
Let's go look at the, what's it called, the torque converter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let me show you. Yeah, we'll come back and I'll show you.
Okay.
So this is our torque converter assembly area. Just like the transmission, we do everything from start to finish here.
Okay.
So after the machine work's been done on the pumps and the turbines, all the parts come up here. We've got two finish welders that we then put all of our billet hubs and everything on, do all the final stack up and check the height and clearance for the torque converter, and then we'll weld everything together. Okay.
So this is stage one right here.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
So Nick's doing some final machine work on the pump for clearancing to go over a billet cover that we have.
Okay.
And then once that's finished, then it'll go into our stack-up assembly.
Okay.
Here's a couple of samples of the parts that Devin was machining down there. So these are all pumps and turbines that have all been machined with the factory hub off.
Okay.
And these are all ready to accept our billet hubs. Same thing with our turbines as well. We're able to use this style pump for any transmission because we're able to do billet hubs for Ford, GM, whatever transmission they're going.
Okay.
Once the hub and everything is on, we've got very tight tolerances with our final welders. They're auto-rotating, but it's, we set the angle of the gun for the weld. It allows us to have a very high-quality machine-grade weld. And then once everything's welded together, then we actually send it through and we do a leak test. We submerge it in water, pressurize it for a couple minutes, and then as long as there's no leaks, then we'll rebalance the converter and get it down to get painted.
And that's all this stuff.
Yep,
Right here.
this is the balancer for torque converters, and then our leak test.
Okay.
This is Mr. Ron Johnson. Ron is an expert converter and transmission remanufacturer. Ron and I go back also probably 35 years. And his knowledge, there may be 5 guys like Ron in the country that have this type of knowledge.
Okay.
And Ron is responsible and in charge of building, overseeing every converter that Yank produces.
Very cool.
These are the final welders over here.
Yeah, we peeked at this,
Okay.
and he showed me over here too. So we're good here. And here's the finished products right here, right?
This is Mr. Frank.
Okay.
He is our CPA and office manager He's in charge of running both companies and handling the books. So this is the money guy.
All right, you gotta have a money guy. All right, and then these are the finished torque converters.
Torque converters that are waiting for packaging. Frank handles all of our inbound, outbound. Also, all of our packaging for our transmissions and converters.
And these, he mentioned earlier before our video, these can also be purchased and shipped individually. You don't have to buy so, and they're going out the door.
Yep.
Okay.
This is the final, finished product after it comes off the dyno and is inspected. It goes in a custom-made wood crate, and we get them packaged and set up. And generally, we ship every day.
Okay. Is he running that now?
Yep, he's running it.
Sounds like it. Let's go look.
Yeah.
Diagnostics.
Yep. So just like the car,
Yeah.
we set the program parameters. If anything exceeds the parameters that we've set, it'll throw a code, and we're able to identify it, fix it here before it even leaves our dyno.
So this is showing RPMs, right?
Yep. So this is showing the input speed, output speed. We're monitoring mainline pressure, cooler flow. We're checking how fast the solenoids are engaging, how fast the locker is engaging. It's cycling through all of the gears, upshifting, downshifting, and also engaging alignment.
So to give me an idea, what kind of car would that engine go into, or that transmission?
So the nice thing with all of our transmissions, as I said, they're all serial numbered.
Okay.
Every dyno video has a tag that is specific for the customer, and it shows what type of vehicle it's going in. This one's going in a 2004 Tahoe.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's fascinating, guys. Go ahead.
This is Mr. Jake.
Jake?
This is what the 700 R4 he's going to be testing now. And it's the earlier version of this electronic transmission that's over here. Go ahead.
RPM gauge, we go by that to tell how it's shifting. That is the brake put on the transmission.
That is fascinating.
Then you've got the pressure gauge. The second gauge on the left right there is the line pressure gauge. Bottom right is the cooler pressure. The center gauge in the middle there is the cooler flow.
Okay. Yeah, that was something I forgot to ask. Transmissions require transmission fluid, right?
Right.
So I'm seeing now, I'm noticing the pans are down below.
Right. That's just.
So do you just pump it in? How does it?
The tank down at the bottom.
Okay.
This one we wouldn't use out of the tank. We'd use out of the hose up here.
Okay.
We've got brand new fluid on the tank back here.
Okay.
They come out of that.
Okay.
Most of the transmissions do get brand new fluid.
Okay. And I noticed, I'm starting to notice you've got crane systems all around.
Yeah, we put cranes here to lift them and put them on the because they're too heavy to pick up.
Yeah.
And then this we got goes from down there
Okay.
all the way up to the third level.
Got it, I see it.
That way we don't have to pick them up.
Okay.
Makes it easier for us.
Excellent. Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for sharing your story, and what a what a fascinating thing that you do here. All right, and now the whole world is about to know more about it. All right. So thanks for having us in, and we'll pop this video up for you later on today.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate it.